I thought it'd be cool to do a little video about the understanding of the power of proximity. So, some of you might have heard me, and as you join, do me a favor, just type in there, what's up? Hey, Mike Disney, what's happening? My son, Michael. It's just so only you can only attend this training if your name is Mike or Michael right now. I'll make it super special. So if you look at the power of proximity, first let's look at what people have told you. The first thing that people have told you, and as you hear something that resonates with you, do me a favor, type it in the chat there. The first thing that people told you is they said that you will become like the five people you surround yourself with. Now, that's not really true. Ryan Fisher, that counts, but that's not really true. Because if you put me around five broke ass individuals, I don't become broke, they become wealthy, right? Now, with that being said, I want you to write down something. It's not who you're around, it's how you're around them. But I want to share a higher level thinking with you that I've never shared before with anybody. And because if you really want to maximize being surrounded by the right people and exactly what could happen. Hey, what's up, Pat Hawkins? It's really not the power of proximity, it's the power of vibration. Now let me step back a minute. So write this down, everybody. Energy is everything, and everything is energy. We know that everything is moving at a rate of speed, right? So this is actually only solid because things are moving so fast. But if you look at it under a microscope, you would see it's actually moving. So if we look at a group of people together and we look at them, and even though they might be knowledgeable people, they might even be smart people, but what level are they vibrating at? Now, people have a vibration, just so you know. Hey, DJ, they have a vibration that is created from their past experiences, okay? Their past programming, their past environments, their past situations. Everything that happens inside their life has created a vibration for them. Now, when someone says, and you answer for me in the chat bar, when someone says, hey, I got a black cloud over me, do they have a high vibration or a low vibration? Now, if they're surrounded around a lot of other people that are also saying, well, you know what? There's a black cloud over me. So it's like a comparison effect of shitty life, right? It's like my car broke down. Really? Well, my truck blew up. Really? Well, my house blew up, right? So we're comparing this vibration, this low vibration of destruction things instead of creation things. So a lot of times when people come into my world, first off, they don't understand that they're vibrating. Your thoughts are a vibration. Your conscious and subconscious create the vibration machine. And they're wondering, like, well, how can I, like, how will I really improve? How can I don't understand. Like, Mike, I'm doing all this business training. Like, how will I get better? And I'm like, well, you don't get better through business training. You get better through you training, and then you apply business training through your vehicle, through your thinking. So they stay broken. People stay broken for decades, suffering in sometimes silence and suffering with their friends and family. And really it's because they don't understand this whole law of energy. And it's not just an understanding. There's a part where you have to remove, release, and reprogram to create yourself into a vibration. So people say to me, well, how fast does it happen? Now, Mike Disney's on here. I don't know if he's still here, but like Mike Disney worked for me at Gold Medal Service. So he was there when we were, I don't know how much we were doing Disney. Were we doing 18 million maybe? Maybe a little more. I don't remember when you exactly came in what our revenue was, but I just know for a fact was how quick that I was able to shift things in a company and take people who didn't want to work. I mean, I used to go out in the warehouse and leave, and I would be leaving the warehouse. Now, maybe this happened when we were $20 million, right? I'd be going out there at 7 o'clock at night to leave the warehouse, and there's guys out there. And we used to have this little basketball thing and throw a little basketball in it and play the game out. I just go, "What are you doing?" They say, "Hey, we're not on the clock." And I'm like, "I get you're not on the clock, but like, why are you still here? Go home to your family." And they're like, "Well, we're here with our buddies. We're waiting for someone to come off the job." Now, in the rest of the world, I'm hearing people like the clock hits 5 p.m. and these people are out the doors because they hate what they do and they hate who they're around. Nobody wants to leave what they do and they love who they're around. But see, that all comes back to understanding the power of vibration. Now, the owner, the person that's creating a family, creating a relationship, creating wealth, creating a business, right? You're the catalyst of this vibration, right? The world, and you should write this down. It's a good reminder for when you wake up in the morning. The world is nothing more than a reflection of you. Your inner chaos creates your outer world, right? Your inner weakness creates your outer world. So people tell me, "Well, I don't understand. I've been trying it for so long." I said, "No, you've been trying things, but you haven't had an understanding of what you're trying." It's not just a tactical and strategic thing. It's a you thing that can create more tactical and strategic decisions, right? Since I've helped so many people over 3 decades, and the last 8 years, I've worked with a whole lot of companies, helping them grow, a lot of service companies, tons. Created probably more decamillionaires than anybody I know in the last couple of years. And the whole thing is, everybody was wondering, all these other coaching organizations and gurus and kept wondering, like, why are we creating the results we get? Why do you get such fast impact? Why do people that struggle for decades all of a sudden, sometimes within days, a day, sometimes within hours, everything shifts and they never go back again? Well, it's clear. You have to understand the theory of energy. You have to understand the theory of proximity of energy. When you get in an environment and everybody's energy is through the roof. Now, this could be destructive a little bit. I will share with you. Because when we would do events, at the end of the night, my partner, he would be coming out to the warehouse, and me and Disney would go, "Get rid of the table, get rid of the table," right? Because we would create people, we'd have 100, 150 people in the room, and we would create them into such a state of vibration, they would be banging on the tables, right? Banging and breaking the legs on the tables and standing on the tables, and chairs are breaking. And people are like, "Oh my goodness, this is like the craziest rock concert." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know you think that. What it's really called is power of proximity." Look at it when it's a family environment. When the family is when the family is completely vibrating at different levels, and there's chaos on every different level, and you can't bring harmony to yourself, you can't possibly ever bring harmony to your world. You have to be able to do that first. And I will tell you, when you understand this power of vibration, creating the things that you want to create, creating the wealth you desire, creating the relationship you desire, creating anything you desire. I said it today. Somebody asked me, they said, "Hey, how do you define purpose?" Hey, what's up, brother Tony? How do you define purpose and passion? Like, how do you know you're living it? And when I was asked this, I gave the same answer I always gave. When you're living a life that feels like a vacation and you no longer have to say you're going on vacation, you are living your truest purpose in life. You're in your purest state of power and strength. You're at your highest level of vibration. Now, if you have one person that's vibrating very high, they're like, it's not about positive, okay? It's about positively creating things. I watched a lot of positive idiots in my life. I watched a lot of positive idiots. They're like, oh, da, da, da. They're all happy and go lucky, and they're broke. They don't got nothing. They're suffering. It's not about positive. It's about creating that positive momentum of vibration, right? Through understanding. Now, you might be sitting here going, yeah, sure, Mike. Well, I get. And someone actually messaged me tonight through Facebook private messenger, and they said they showed me a copy of the Mind Power book. If you haven't read it yet, you should read it. And I made it easy for people. I've been mailing out free copies, paying for the shipping every day. I'm paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars every week on me, just in hopes that the person will read it, their life will change the world. And so the guy sends me the notes and he says, I'm going to share this with my leadership team, what's in that book, and it's going to change the game forever. I said, of course it will. Because when you understand the concepts, you believe the concepts, you apply the concepts, and you make the shifts, everything changes. See, the minute you believe you cannot create change, your vibration goes down. The minute you see the exact change in reality, your vibration goes up. But most people won't stay consistent enough in it. And plus, a lot of people have so much head trash that they never had somebody strong enough put a mirror in front of their face and say, stare, see yourself. How long, just ask yourself this question, and maybe you'll type it in the chat here. Whatever you don't love in your life, if you keep living this way and you go out 10 years from now, yeah, that's right, Mike Muller, 212, right? At 211 degrees, what do you have, Mike? Hot water. At 212, you have steam. Steam could power a locomotive. Now ask yourself, something in life that's not exactly where you want it. It's frustrating. It makes you angry. It's hurtful. You feel stuck. Okay, now that probably sucks in life. It's never fun, right? But here's what's really not fun. Ask yourself, if this doesn't change, and I go out from a decade from now, and I look back and I see over the last decade, I didn't change anything. I didn't implement anything. I didn't invest in the ability to shift my inner thinking. 10 years from now, tell me what that looks like now. So if your relationship is shitty right now, tell me what it looks like a decade from now. Does it just improve by itself, or does it get shittier? Do you get closer or further apart? Do you get happier or angrier? Do you get closer or more resentful? Tell me what it looks like 10 years from now if you don't make a change. Now, the reason I do that's not to frustrate you, make you angry, or make me, flip me the middle finger in the chat bar or something. The point is to say, if you're going to change something, when do you want to do it? Because there's no guarantee tomorrow. We don't know what happens tomorrow. But we do know that if we give it our best shot to change, then you won't look, you'll look out 10 years and go, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Because people say, oh, when you go on vacation, I'm living a vacation. Now, does that mean things don't happen in my life that I don't like? Yeah, we had we refinished the house over here that we're going to be doing the Speaker Impact event. We have a couple spots left if anybody's interested. I'm being super selective. It's only for 15 people. If you want in, send me a private message. We'll talk about it. And my wife and I, we put 100,000 into this house. I mean, well, it was really my fault. I was telling my brother the other day when we went for lunch. It was I told my wife, I'm like, well, let's just replace the bathroom cabinets, right? Did you ever do this, Brian? Let's just replace the cabinet. But then when we ripped the cabinets out, which was my fault, I found out that you just can't buy cabinets to fit that tile spot no more. I was thinking it was 1980 where they were all square. Now they all have legs and stuff. And so now we had to redo the bed. So we put 100 grand in this house. It's beautiful. And the only thing I didn't change was the boiler because it was like 20 years old and boilers could go 40 years old. Then the thing caught on fire, smoked out the whole house. We had to throw out all the couches, all the beds, deal with the insurance company. It was a real nightmare. Um, and so it's not that those things don't happen. I just don't let them. That did not make me disconnect from our purpose and our passion and our power. Okay. It was a blip in things, but we did not lose momentum. I didn't stop doing trainings. I didn't stop doing webinars. I didn't stop teaching unlocking the wealth code. Like, yeah, didn't it didn't stop me from doing all that. So my question for you is like, when do you actually solve you? Like when does that happen? When do you choose that? See, the minute I went on the quest to solve myself, I started to solve everything. Matter of fact, we were going to a therapist one time. I think it was getting worse going to the person. At the point we knew that we had to do internal work and together growth training, then everything changed. Then everything changed. So like the question is, when do you start to change you, knowing that trying to change anybody else, trying to change anything without changing yourself, as far as my belief, is a complete waste of time. And this is why people have these roller coasters, right? This is why they have these roller coasters where they're completely up, they're like, I'm winning, and then punched in the face and back down. And then winning and punched in the face. Well, first off, the universe is trying to like say, like, are you ready to actually invest in yourself so we can stop punching you so much? Doesn't mean you're not going to get punched every now and then, but like maybe you don't have to get punched so much. I'm glad you're here listening because maybe and type in the chat there, like, is anything resonating? Is something sticking for you? Hey, what's up, Rich? I mean, it's what I've learned, and if I would share with you, you know, I learned that when you get yourself optimized, optimize your thinking, optimize your health, optimize your relationship, optimize your beliefs, optimize your fun, optimize your environment you live in. When you start to really optimize and understand, everything flips and goes so much faster. It does. All of you have had some level of success. You have. Like the fact you're listening, you're already successful. You're listening to me. I'm just teasing you, but yeah, everybody's had a level of success. But you also have a quest for something else. And if you just look and say to yourself, well, wait a minute here. I need to see, if you just say you have to fix you and you do nothing, like it just doesn't fix itself. You don't take, like, your brain doesn't start to reprogram itself by itself. It's not a computer like that. It's a computer that once it's programmed, like, you have to do certain work and certain processes to unwind things and reprogram things. And then what happens is, instead of looking at 2023 as the greatest year coming, you're going to look at it as the greatest disaster. Now, you tell me in the chat bar, if you go out there already thinking that 2023 is going to be a disaster, and we go back to what I started about this conversation I want to talk about, which is the power of vibration, applied to the power of proximity, the masses control the narrative. If we all think doom and gloom, you'll get doom and gloom. If you all think fear, one thing I refused was 2 years ago when the whole pandemic started. I refused to have people inflict or try to put in my mind anything less than my body is an extremely strong mechanical system. And that's been true forever. I would not let the news do it. I'm not going to let anybody force in their belief system upon what they think I should adopt as true. So what happens? The masses produce the narrative. If everyone's afraid, we create fearful things. If everyone's brave, we create brave results. Isn't it? Look in your own uh, family, your own business, your own environment, your own community, and just look and ask yourself, what is the power of vibration within that community? Is it fake? Is it high integrity, lack of integrity, high honor, low honor? Is it creating momentum for you or pulling you back? Is it there to make you scared? Don't do this, or somebody said something today. I don't know when it was. They said, the thing is, um, people are actually addicted to problems. They're addicted to struggle. They're addicted to poverty. They're addicted to scarcity. And if you think about that, I think it's true. I think a lot of people are addicted to these things. They're addicted to their excuses. They're addicted to their suffering. They're addicted to their story. They tell everybody why they're not winning. Even though there's so many other people that are younger or older that have had more problems or less problems are winning, other people are sitting there and they're stuck. Why? Mike Mueller. People say it's going to rain all day. I say, yeah, over you, not where I'm going to be. That's right. That's right. Mike Mueller, it sounds like we're having a meeting here one morning, right? Sounds like this is what my meetings were like. Everybody was teaching a different way for people to think. Anybody could teach a puppet how to go out there and sell a fucking water heater or something. Like anybody can learn that. But you can't teach a puppet how to be a higher thinking human, right? That's the difference between high functioning, high optimized people that are looking to learn, expand, grow, right? Knowing that if they don't change and they go out 10 years, they may not like that story that's being written. You get to write the story. Now, I did a post before, and people might think, like, oh, that's crazy. Well, I bet Mike Mueller can't tell you a time since he's been in my world a very long time. He probably can't pick a time that he did not see me or hear that I was attending some kind of training that I was investing in. Not just for me, because you do things for you so you could serve other people. That's what you do it for. You do things for you so you could serve other. Because if it's just you and you're never going to be around anybody, like crap, you could live in a cardboard box. At least most men, right? We could just live in a box and be fine. So you learn because you want to bring that learning to serve other people. Then the more people you serve, the more expansion happens, the more change that happens. That's why I'm glad you're here hanging out with me. I mean, I know it's 10:09 and I still got to go. I still got to go. I got some stuff I want to watch tonight. I got a text message here I got to respond to. So ask yourself tomorrow, throughout the day, if you go in the bagel place or you're around your buddies at work or you're in your company, ask yourself, if I was to look at the vibration, high vibration, massive, and I worked really hard to create that in both big companies and the companies. I have two companies today. In both of them, in Gold Medal, I worked really hard to make it a place of vibration, a place where you walked in the building and you felt different, you felt change, you felt power. CEO Warrior was the same thing. It's the same thing today for Food Dog Group and another company I have where we work with companies and take equity to help them, grow and exit. It's the same thing for the trainings that we do. Okay, I got to get ready to close down. If you know anybody, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I love doing these. I hope you love. If you love it, would you just I think there's a share button or something there. Will you just share it or put it on a page or share it to a group and say, listen to this guy. Maybe one thing somebody hears, maybe they're not in my world. Maybe it makes sense and maybe it changes everything. Maybe it avoids somebody from depression. Maybe it avoids a couple from getting divorced. Maybe it avoids somebody from whatever it can. So if you love these things, do me a favor, share it. And also, if you know anybody that's looking to really raise the caliber of the ability to speak and create impact, the ability to crack open themselves because they have a message to deliver to their family, to their friends, to their community, and they think spending 2 days with me would make a lot of sense, and help them so they don't have to spend the 2.7 million like I did over probably now over 2 decades. They don't have to spend that kind of money. They could capitalize on me taking the information, translating it, and sharing exactly how I would go to the world today with a message to serve people, even if it's just serving your children today. That's what it's about. So if you know anybody, let me know. Otherwise, I had a blast hanging with everybody. Love you guys, and maybe tomorrow night. I have to do my Freedom Tribe meeting, but maybe after. Depends on how much you share and how much if you show me some love, like you're getting results from this and you're implementing, it's helping you. Well, that's just going to excite me more to keep serving you. All right, everybody. Boom.